Raymond and I'm 15 years old. When I first read the question, what are your hopes for the future of our society? A lot of things came to my mind. I thought about the corruption that exists nowadays, the lack of values, the poverty, delinquency, violence. Because there are so many things that today are deciding how it's going to be the future. And I know that you and I have been spectators of these global issues. Thinking about this, I realized that for sure I don't want that for my children, and I don't want that for the future generation. So if you ask me what are my hopes for the future of our society, I will tell you 5 important aspects that I consider really important. I have always thought that education is the key, because this englobes everything. For that, I hope for a society without discrimination, without addictions, with gender equality. And all of this we can get with a good education, in our schools and in our home, because the values that we acquired when we are kids are the things that we are going to put in practice when we are adults. So if we want a better society, it's time for the youth to get involved in politics, to take advantage of the education they have. According to UNESCO data, 263 million children and youth are out of school primary to upper secondary. And you're one of the privileged people that can study, that can have goals and achieve them. So do it! I also hope for a society without abuse of power, where corruption is not part of being politician. This is something that has always existed, except that now with all the social media we found out everything faster, but it depends on us if corruption is still existing. I have a vision of a society without ignorance, where every person can feel safe and can trust in the people that are leading their country, where the laws are obeyed and the justice prevails, including the equal rights. We are in the era of technology, so we can do a lot of things. We can communicate with other people, we can solve problems, we can cure diseases, but Albert Einstein once said, "I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots." So for that reason, I pray for a society where the internet is not endangered, where we can give it the correct use, where technology doesn't destroy families and our lives doesn't depend on a social media or in a smartphone. According to the World Bank Group, 736 million persons are below $1.90 a day, number not enough for a house, transportation, for water, for food, and other things that are necessary for a dignified life. Maybe you are living your best life, but it's necessary to know the reality of other people, to know the change that has to be done, a society where everyone's needs for a dignified life are covered. All around the world are happening so many things that maybe we are not paying attention, but they are so important just to be ignored, like global warming, air pollution, water pollution, climate change, and other things that are affecting to every living being on the earth. So for that reason, I hope for a society where sustainable development is primordial, where every person knows the importance of taking care of our environment, because it gives us so many things that our lives depend on that. In conclusion, if you as I have a vision for the future of our society, get informed. You have to know the things that are happening around the world, the things that are happening around you, and the consequences that can occur later. Get inspired. When you analyze the situation of other people, the things that are happening, you will want to contribute. So the most important thing, do it. These 3 words are the clue. They are from a book that I once read. It gives you the perfect example of how the world is and how you can improve it. Because a vision with action can really change the world. And at the end, it's a world that we are living.